Folks, good afternoon to you from Richard Bland College. Today on YouTube, Dolphins basketball as they open up this 2021-2022 season against Monroe College from New York. The Mustangs coming in at 1-0, and as I mentioned, first game of the year for the Dolphins. Hi again, everybody. Chris Shima, glad as always to be with you. So we had all kinds of technical things to sort out. So I'm scrambled a little bit here at the start, and I apologize that we got to you late. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually calling the game from my home studio in South Carolina. That's right, Dolphins fans, I moved. I got out of Florida. So you missed the first Dolphins possession. We are just underway here at Richard Bland. Like I said, we had a whole lot of issues to work out to try to make the stream happen, and we thank the folks at Richard Bland for making it happen. First bucket of the season, Philip Burwell for the Dolphins, making it 3-2. So Mustangs get a 3-point play. Starters for Monroe College and Jeff Brewstad. It's number 1, Melvin Council Jr., number 4, Isaac Onstron, number 10, Taiji Kelton. Number 11, Braylon Joe. Number 22 is Hamdil Mohammed. Meanwhile, for your Dolphins today, Philip Burwell, Trey Cousin, Josiah Shackelford, Sherman Alston, and Skylar Davies all getting the start. And attacking here, Sherman Alston getting it to go. So 5-4 here in the early going. Monroe College and the Dolphins meeting for the second time all-time. These two Atlantic District opponents. They played in the Atlantic District Championship way back in, what year was that? That was 2005, and the Mustangs won. Open look, and the 3 by Alston is good. Dolphins get their first lead of the game. It's 7-5 here in the early stages. So, Richard Bland has one of those huddle cameras, and basically it follows the action automatically. We're going to get the first foul of the game called on the Dolphins here at 7-5. That's the good news. The bad news is we can't see the game clock, so I'm not going to be able to give you that information. So we're going to have to take our best guess at what time of the game we're actually in here. Catch and shoot, Onstron. Too strong on the 3. Rebound controlled by Shackelford. And it'll be Burwell losing the dribble. Gets it back in the backcourt after it was deflected. Now Phillip swings it out. Extra pass. Goes to Cousin for 3. Too strong. And the rebound to Monroe College. The Mustangs playing for the first time this weekend since 2020. When they won the Atlantic District, as the ball bounces up and in for Kelton. We are tied at 7. And the Dolphins, of course, won the Atlantic District last year. Region 10 champions. Davies steps into a 3 off the back iron, tipped by Shackelford. Davies tried for it, and it's taken away. That's Council, I believe. It is Council swinging it out, and the right wing 3 is too strong. That time from Joe. Long rebound comes out to Council, and he'll back it out. And set up the offense here for the Mustangs. Joe on the near side of your screen now. Dribbles right side, top of the key to Kelton for 3 with the shot clock winding down. He airballed it. Trey Cousin the rebound. Pushing is Alston. Shackelford, the one-hand jam. Josiah Shackelford, his first of many dunks that we'll see here in this 2021-22 season. Josiah has already committed to Florida Gulf Coast. Dunk City is coming back, y'all, with a vengeance starting next year. Shackelford will be there. Davies looking to play some defense. Nice ball movement and nice cut by Kelton. We are tied, I believe, at 9 apiece. I'm keeping the score myself, folks, and I'm trying to pay real close attention while keeping y'all entertained. Shackelford mid-range air ball. Kelton another rebound. That's Onstron attacking. Extra pass went to Council. I believe it was blocked out of bounds. So if I had to guess, I'd say we're about 4 minutes in. That's the best I could give you. Jarian Hancock coming into the game, and we're also going to see Deuce Dixon, Davier, on for the first time this year as well as Deontay Petrie, who averaged just a shade under 10 points a game for your Dolphins. So the Mustangs did not play in 2021, won by 24 against the host school Richard Bland here at the Statesmen Classic, yesterday. So a good start to the year for Monroe, and they retake the lead at 11-9. Burwell, Dixon, beating the press. Hancock attacks, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Hancock might have been better off passing the ball there to Shackelford, who was on the right block. 9 returning players from last year's championship team for your Dolphins. Shackelford, I mentioned, has committed to Florida Gulf Coast. 6 newcomers. Lance Anthony on for the first time for Brunswick. Monroe going quickly and attacking the basket is Kelton, who lays it up and in. So the Mustangs lead by 4. Dixon to Anthony on the wing. Ball swung to Hancock on the left side. So Shackelford is the lone starter who remains. Petrie, Dixon, Anthony, and Hancock with him. That's the 5 right now. Nice hop, step, and bucket. Josiah Shackelford last year shot 67% from the field. Just a shade under 15 per ball game. That team last year was so deep. Council hands it off to Joe. Joe pulls up in the lane. Got it to go. Monroe back up by 4 at 15-11. Hancock bounce pass now to Dixon, and Dixon will survey. Dixon takes it left side. Petrie top of the key. Shackelford underneath looking to post up on Muhammad. Got it to go. Into the forecourt, Council. Correction, that's Joe. Ooh, step back. Pretty move. Couldn't get the bucket. Hancock the rebound. Dixon, Anthony in the corner. Shackelford cuts. Defender fell down. Ball deflected out. It's a steal by Monroe. Attacking is Council coast to coast. No, but they're going to call a blocking foul, and that will send Council to the free throw line. Petrie called for the foul. 4 team fouls on the Dolphins with, your guess is as good as mine. How much time's left? I would say we're probably under 14, if I had to guess. Oh, looks like, we almost got a shot of it. This automatic camera really moves with the action, doesn't it? Timeout. Oh, thank goodness. I need a timeout right now. It was frantic at the beginning of the game, folks, and I appreciate your patience. So let's set the schedule here for a moment. Wednesday, Dolphins are back home against St. Andrews, and guess what, folks? I'm going to be there with you. I hope you all can come out, come say hi. It's one of a few games that I will be doing in person this year. For you Dolphins fans who are new, a couple of years ago, I moved away from Myrtle Beach after working with Walter Shaw for 3 years, and we developed this home studio, and Coach Shaw's been sending me the feed, and I've been calling the game from my house then in Florida, and I moved in July to Greenville, South Carolina. But this year, because I am in South Carolina now and I'm not too far away, we're going to do some games in person. Wednesday will be one of them, and then at the bottom of the schedule there, the Brunswick Holiday Classic. We will have all of those games for you, and that is of note, I believe, to Mustangs fans as well, because Monroe College will play in the Brunswick Holiday Classic down near Wilmington, South Carolina. So for you fans, y'all will be stuck with me again around Christmas time as well. So on Wednesday, we'll have it for you live at the gym, and then we'll be back to the remote coverage until near Christmas time. Chance for a free throw here now. A couple free throws for Melvin Council. He led the team in Friday's victory with 20 points on 8 of 16 shooting. He also had 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So the brief glance we got at the clock, it looked like there was like 12:33 remaining. So that's what I'm going to go with here, folks. 16-13. 4 team fouls on the Dolphins here in the early going. Brunswick has Dixon handing it off. Hancock at the elbow had it poked away. Good defense. That was Council coming from behind, and he's going to wham it down with 2 hands. So Melvin Council Jr., relatively local product from Rochester. Good basketball I'm in the upstate of South Carolina. Rochester in the upstate of New York. Hancock finger rolls it. No. Bristow has come in, tried to tip it, but I believe we have another blocking foul. So first look at Devin Bristow, the freshman from Jefferson, South Carolina, as he replaces Shackelford. I mentioned 9 returning players from last year's championship team for Brunswick. Hancock is one of them. Last year he was 61% at the free throw line. Gets the first one to go. Sub for Coach Brewstad, it's David Gordon, 7-9 on Friday nights. In his first game, it's a whole new roster for the Mustangs. Obviously, they were off last year. 3 international players. The camera moved on us. I've heard varying reviews on these automatic cameras that Richard Bland uses, and that there was a knock against it. The free throw was good, though. Now Lance Anthony's called for a reach, so already 5 team fouls on the Dolphins, just 1 on Monroe here in the early going. We do want to thank the folks at Richard Bland for allowing us to use their camera and setting us up with the live stream. Into the forecourt, it's Joe on the right wing. He'll back it out, toss it to Armstrong. Joe top of the key. Looking to post up Gordon. Banks it off the glass. So Monroe goes back up by 5. 20-15. Dixon into the forecourt. Dixon last year, not a lot of scoring, averaged 2.5 assists. He'll get more run from the point guard spot this year. Petrie, high pass. Bristow gathers the reverse, no good. Gordon a rebound. Mustangs into the forecourt. It's Council on the left. Council looking for Gordon. Instead, back up top to Joe. Joe into the circle, into the lane. Banks it, no. Hancock, nice rebound. Jarian bounce passes it to Petrie. Petrie crosses him over, swings it left side. Dixon for 3 off the back iron. Skying for the rebound was Kelton for the Mustangs. Armstrong, cutter is Kelton. Kelton dribble, shot. Thought he was going to get a foul called, and that hit the shot clock up there. More subs in. Sherman Alston returns. Philip Burwell back out there. Shackelford returns. Nikola Donicic is in from Bosnia and Herzegovina for the Mustangs. He wears number 12 there towards center court. Looks like Mustangs are going to get another sub in. Jaden Archer, the Connecticut product, who had 7 points, 5 rebounds yesterday. It's a deep team. Both of these teams are very deep. 2 contending district teams meeting here in the first game of the season for Brunswick and second for the Mustangs. Burwell into the forecourt. Burwell takes it left wing. Here's Alston spinning, shooting off the glass. No, tip for the rebound. Shackelford wins it over 2 players. And on the second effort, got it to go. 3-point game, 20-17. Oh, I got the score right. I just saw the score at the gym. If we can go just a little bit higher, we can see the clock. It looked like we were at about 11 minutes. Archer has it. Joe between the circles. Joe driving left of the lane, into the lane, goes glass and scores with the shot clock winding down. 22-17, Mustangs by 5. Burwell goes behind the back. His pocket picked. Reaching out was Council, and Council runs out, and he'll score. Timeout Brunswick. Monroe, their biggest lead at 7, 24-17. We'll be back in just a moment. Seven-point lead for the Mustangs. Chris Sheeman back here with you at my home studio. Dolphins and Mustangs at the Richard Band Statesman Classic. Jarian Hancock, I believe, lost it out of bounds. We didn't get a look at it there, but pass was high, and the Dolphins, boy, you hate that if you're Walter Shaw. 22nd season for Walter. So we're approaching 10 minutes. I got a quick glance at the clock there. It looked like 10:15. I'm doing my best, folks. Here's Gordon. Joe uses the baseline. Cut off. Donicic lost it. Hancock into the forecourt on the near side for Brunswick. Shackelford at the half circle, takes it into the lane and draws the blocking foul. So Josiah will go to the line. First game of the year for Brunswick. Couple of home games in November against some JV teams, some NAIA and NCAA JV programs. We mentioned the one coming up on Wednesday. It's also the court dedication. The Walter Shaw Court. And it's about time, too, that Coach Shaw gets that court named after him. One of the reasons for my frantic early afternoon trying to get the stream going was Walter Shaw is one of the most ambitious people that I know, and Petrie buries his first 3 of the season. So just like that, it's a 3-point game. Deontay was 38% from behind the arc. Got to get a hand on him if you're the Mustangs. Now a steal by Burwell, tiptoeing. Oh no, he stepped out. I thought he was over the line. The officials, it was a late whistle, but they caught it. So we'll be providing the pregame coverage for the court dedication, the Walter Shaw court dedication, a little bit before that game on Wednesday. Then we'll be at the Cape Fear Classic the following weekend, next weekend. It was Council strip, then he touched it last, so it goes out of bounds. Back to Brunswick. Burwell will bring it up. Skies it far side for Alston. Guarded by Council. Zone for the Mustangs. Alley-oop, Shackelford throwing it down. Dunk number 2 of the season for Josiah. I don't know how much instant replay we're going to be doing here today, folks, because I got to pay real close attention to the score and everything, but we're going to run that one back. I can guarantee that. Council on the wing. Council attacks, blocked by Alston, staying with it, Donicic, and then it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Dolphins, 13 on the shot clock. Yeah, let's run this one back. The zone left the back door open, and Shackelford throws it down. Oh, Florida Gulf Coast, you got to hire me to do your games. I want to watch 2 more years of Josiah do his thing. Sub for the Mustangs, it's Brandon Hodge. Losing the handle was Gordon. Out on the run, Burwell, the hop step, and couldn't get it to go. Council the rebound. Here come the Mustangs looking to push. Council right of the lane. Pull up, bank, no. Shackelford the rebound. Outlet goes to Burwell. Burwell attacks, hangs, no again. Rebound controlled by Archer. Archer lost the ball. 24-23 Monroe. Dolphins on a 6-0 run. Hodge. This is Kelton attacking, missing it short, but a late whistle. Team foul number 6 on Brunswick. I can see how these automatic cameras work. So one of the guys went into the backcourt, and that's why the camera kind of zoomed out. This is trippy. Kelton at the free throw line. 6 points yesterday. Short on the first one. Trey Cousin back in. Jarian Hancock will sit down for Brunswick. Keon Gill has come on for the Mustangs for the first time. Jeff Brustad in his 20th season. Walter Shaw in his 22nd season. I mentioned the Mustangs and Dolphins played in the Atlantic District Championship game back in 2005. A game that the Mustangs won 84-75, March 12, 2005. Both of these coaches were on the sidelines then and now. That's pretty cool. A lot of longevity here in this Region 10, and certainly for Monroe up there in New York as well. On the left side, Alston. Here's Petrie. Shackelford looking to post up. Shot clock winding down. Hit the side of the glass. Good defense by Muhammad. Throw ahead by Archer. Handoff goes to Muhammad. Trying to reward him, and a blocking foul called on Trey Cousin. That'll be 7 on the Dolphins. Philip Burwell on the court with Shimon Alston, Shackelford, Trey Cousin, and Deontay Petrie. Shimon Alston, who played at Wingate back in 2019-2020, averaged a shade under 4 points per ball game there. Also played at Odessa Junior College last year, averaged about 4.5 a game. Now Cousin is out, and for the first time this season, we get a look at Cameron Lawson. Alston has committed to SC State. And in the melee early on, if I called him Sherman, I apologize. Shimon Alston. So Alston and Shackelford, the two D1 players now. Burwell turns it over. High pass by Hodge is saved, and the reverse to Mohammed. So 6-0 run by Brunswick closed it to 1, and a 5-point swing since then has Monroe back up by 6. We're past the midway point in the first half. How far past it? I don't know. Shackelford, dunk number 3 of the season. Defender went for the steal and gambled. 29-25 Monroe. Over on the far side, it's Hodge to Archer. Archer, nice fake. Too strong on the bucket. Tipped up no by Gill. Shackelford the board. Alston now into the forecourt on the far side. Pull up from the free throw line extended, and oh boy, you can see why he's going D1. That was a pro-looking shot right there. Swishes it through to make it a 2-point game. Back down the court, the Mustangs. Hodge on the near side. Goes around one defender. Burwell altered the shot. Staying with it is Kelton. The reverse no. And the rebound to Lawson. Lawson had trouble with it. Petrie attacks. Open look for Alston. Can't get it to go in the corner. Here comes Hodge. Splits 3 defenders. Bad defense there by Brunswick. 4-point lead. Nobody really picked up the ball until it was too late. Burwell into the forecourt. Philip Burwell last year at Millbrook High School, over 15 points, almost 5 assists per ball game, 2.3 steals. Another good one brought in by Walter Shaw. Missed that bucket off the back iron. Rebound by Kelton. 31-27 Mustangs, and another blocking foul. 1-1 situation for Monroe. Petrie called for the foul. And Petrie will come out. Skylar Davies will come back in, and before the free throws, we have a timeout. Past the midway point in this opening half, Monroe with a 4-point lead will step aside. Krishima, glad to be back with you. First game of many that we're going to have for you for the Dolphins. I'm at my home studio in my jammies on a cloudy, rainy kind of a fall day here in the Carolinas. Brunswick is up in Virginia playing at the Statesman's Classic at Richard Bland College. Trailing right now to Monroe. Biggest lead of the game by the Mustangs was 7. It's Hamdel Mohammed from the Bronx at the free throw line for a 1-1, or I believe it could be a 2-shot foul. It is a 1-1, misses, tipped rebound by Dixon. Davies had it, now Deuce will bring it up. Dixon guarded by Hodge, man-to-man. Lawson up top, guarded by Kelton. Handoff goes to Alston. Alston bounced pass to Davies. Davies, two defenders jumped at the same time, and Davies on the reverse. Patient offense there by Skylar. I'm interested to see him get some more run this year. Skylar Davies, just 2.9 points per ball game last year, playing behind Johnson and Shackelford. Runner way off by Hodge. Rebound by Davies. But Davies had a really good, made use of his minutes last year, is what I meant to say, shooting 45% from the field as Shaman Alston gets it to go. That was a tough bucket by Alston. He's from Columbia, South Carolina. We are tied at 31, and jump ball was called. We didn't get it in our view, but the Dolphins have the possession arrow, so Cameron Lawson will inbound. Dolphins looking for their first lead of the season here in game number 1. Shot clock at 20. Davies, extra pass to Alston. Pull up from the baseline, in and out. Rebound by Muhammad. Joe swings it over to Warren, who's come into the game, and he buries a 3. Boy, every time it looks like the momentum's going with Brunswick. A big shot. This time it was Keith Warren Jr., another Rochester product. Had 2 points, 3 assists off the bench yesterday. Comes off the bench here late in the first half. Lawson off on the 3. Offensive rebound, Josiah. Blocked by Muhammad. Good defense there by the Mustangs. Here comes Monroe flying into the forecourt now. This is Joe. Joe Warren fakes the 3. Steps inside the arc. Tried to bank it. No. Nice rebound and box out by Cameron Lawson. Catch and shoot. Lawson will try it again. Too strong on the 3. Kelton the board. Kelton throws it full court, and that's over everybody's head. Dixon will get the steal. 34-31, Monroe. Chris Sheeman here with you. Dixon, left of the lane, his pocket picked. And was it a reach first? It looks like it's going against the Mustangs. Council back in for Monroe. Petrie back in for Brunswick. And I believe we've gone forward in time, ladies and gentlemen. It froze on us. So we went briefly forward, and then we paused. And now we were likely backwards in time. Haven't had a chance to shout out the Brunswick players who have moved on. I always like to do that the first game of the season. Next time out, we'll take a moment and acknowledge those young men. Skylar Davies. Petrie back to Skylar for 3 off the side iron. Gill the rebound. Falling away, but got it to Council in the forecourt. Council swings it out. Extra pass to Joe, top of the key. Thought about the 3. Instead to the cutter. That's Gill. And Gill will go to the free throw line. Team foul number 9 on Brunswick. Let's acknowledge these young men right now. Several players moving on. Brandon Johnson, the biggest name, went to East Carolina. And we'll talk a little bit about Brandon here in a moment. Also, Austin Haddon went to Clayton State. Reese McDonald is at Ferris State now, as they get ready to open their seasons. Christian Kuntz went to Chowan. Jalen Johnson at Lenore-Rhine. Tylen Green at Life University and NAIA. And Cameron Spain also went NAIA. He's at Columbia International in Columbia, South Carolina. So shout out to all of those young men moving on. Brandon Johnson, you'll remember last year, was injured for a good part of the year. He played not really ever at 100%. And the Dolphins went down to a JUCO jamboree this past summer, and Brandon Johnson was at full speed as Shackelford cleans up on the glass to make it 36-33. So Brandon Johnson, we never really got to see the real Brandon Johnson, which is unfortunate for us Dolphins fans. But the great thing is the kid got healthy. Walter Shaw takes these kids down to this jamboree, and all of a sudden he got all of these offers. Well-deserved offers, by the way. Ended up sticking a little closer to home at East Carolina, Brandon Johnson. He had offers from bigger colleges, Power 5 conferences and all that, but elected to still go D1 at East Carolina, and he's going to be a great addition to that basketball program. So congratulations to him and all the young men. Walter Shaw works so hard to get these kids into those four-year schools, and you can see it again. A lot of coaches wouldn't have brought Brandon Johnson down to that tournament. A lot of junior college coaches would have sat him down and kind of kept him a secret. And he'd have dominated alongside Shackelford down low this year for Brunswick. You can believe that. That's not the man Walter Shaw is. You don't get a court named after you for doing things like that. Walter Shaw knew this kid had an opportunity, and you got to take advantage of those opportunities when you can get them. So shout out to Brandon Johnson and all the players who have moved on. Joe missed it, got his offensive rebound, jump ball called, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. Again, folks, apologies, no clue on the time left. I got to think at this point we're under 5 minutes, though. Trey Cousin will come in for Deuce Dixon. And now it's an opportunity for guys like Deuce Dixon, like Petrie. Yep, traveling. That was almost a foul on Shackelford, but it was a travel first. Dolphins coming off that Region 10 championship in a shortened 2021 season. Dolphins and Region 10 was really one of the few regions that played during the pandemic, although we're still in the pandemic. Cousin for 3. We are tied at 36. Second time we've been tied here in the half. Mustangs have led by as many as 7. Attacking off the make is Joe. Tip up, no good. Scrambling for the offensive rebound, Warren somehow kept his dribble there. Got it out to Council for 3, no good. And Davies collects on the board. Davies got some hands, too. Petrie attacking his cousin, blows the layup. Council the rebound. Council splits the defense. Pretty offense there by Monroe. Every time the Dolphins tie, Monroe answers right back. Here late in this first half, it's Monroe by 2 again. This has been a fun game, though. These two teams certainly contenders to go back to Hutchinson for the national tournament. Monroe would have went there in 2020. The cancellation of that tournament due to COVID. Skylar Davies puts Brunswick up with a three-pointer. Davies was 46% from downtown last year, the big man. Connecting on his first here in the 2021-22 season. Council from the half circle, couple of pumps, banks it, too strong. And that will do it, apparently, for the first half. 39-38. We got a barn burner at the Statesman Classic between two strong teams. The Dolphins and Mustangs are battling, and Brunswick has a 1-point lead after 20 minutes of play. We're going to take the timeout, folks. 15-minute break. Go check in on some college football. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. Whatever you want to do at halftime, it's yours. We'll be back in 15 minutes with all the second half action. You're watching Dolphins basketball here on YouTube. We'll be back here in just a little while. Don't go too far. Welcome back to the Richard Bland Classic. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Brunswick with a 1-point lead. Monroe College led almost wire to wire in the first half. Then Skylar Davies hit a late three down the stretch to put Brunswick up by 1. We were tied a few times. Monroe led by as many as 7 in the game. And of course, this is the biggest lead for Brunswick so far here this afternoon. Checking the lineups, looks like Walter Shaw's made some changes. Burwell, Cousin, Davies, Hancock, and Alston getting the start. So Josiah Shackelford likely in foul trouble. There were some fouls racking up for Brunswick in that first half, so that's likely the scenario here. As we're underway here in the second period, it's Burwell taking it right side. Cutter is Hancock. Hancock from right of the lane swings it out to Cousin. Extra pass back to Hancock. Floats it up. No. Rebound controlled by Armstrong. Here comes Monroe looking to get the lead back. Bounce pass to Council. Extra pass back to Joe, who attacks. Too strong off the back iron. And the rebound controlled by Cousin. Trey into the forecourt. Trey from right of the lane had it stripped, tried to get it back, dove for it, and it's deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Monroe. Mustangs' second game of the season after taking last year off due to COVID. Won by 24 against Richard Bland, the host school, yesterday. Alston had it, lost it out of bounds, so turnover will give it back to the Mustangs. Brand new roster for Jeff Brustad, 474 wins. Walter Shaw in his 22nd season, going over 400 wins. Brustad in his 20th, nearing the 500 mark. 12-time Region 15 Coach of the Year, 8-time District Coach of the Year, Jeff Brustad. Armstrong, the bounce pass goes to Muhammad. The reverse, yes. And Monroe gets the first bucket of this second half. A little over a minute in. Burwell steps into a three, way off. Tip for the rebound. Council has it. He's off to the races. Council lays it up and in. Monroe by 3. Melvin Council Jr. had 20 points on 8 of 16 yesterday against Richard Bland in that 24-point victory. Hancock back to Burwell. Extra pass to Alston on the left wing, guarded by Council. Burwell, Hancock, shot clock at 12. The mid-range, short. Rebound by Council. And a reach going to be called on Jarian Hancock. Dolphins reaching the NJCAA D1 National Tournament last year for the second time in program history. Walter Shaw, as I mentioned, won his 400th game last year. 9 returning players from that championship team, 6 newcomers. Walter Shaw's got 9 red shirts waiting in the wings as well. Council on the wing. Armstrong throws it to Joe. Cutter is Kelton. Kelton using his body and called for steps. Turnover gives the ball back to Brunswick, trailing by 3. First 4 points in this second half belong to Monroe. We're about 2 minutes in. And again, folks, that's some guesswork on my end. Alston attacks, hangs on the rim, got it to go. And a foul called. Shimon Alston will try to complete an old school 3-point play. Oh, it was basket interference. The bucket still counts. Basket interference was on Monroe. Now some trapping pressure here on Brunswick. Armstrong. Muhammad counted in the foul. Hamdel Muhammad looking for his offense a little bit more here tonight, or today I should say, than he did last night against the Mustangs. He had 5 points and 8 rebounds. Shackelford comes into the game. 3 dunks in the first half for Josiah, including an alley-oop. Petrie also back in for Walter Shaw. First home game of the year for Brunswick is coming up on Wednesday. Court dedication. Boy, that camera is drifting again. And the free throw, I believe, was good. So 45-41. Burwell is bringing it up in the backcourt, facing some pressure, and called for an offensive foul. We didn't get a great look at it, but if Burwell extended his arm, it was a great job selling it by the Mustangs. But again, if that arm comes extended, and like I said, we didn't get a great look at it. Yeah, these automatic cameras, I'm not completely sold on them. Most of the time, they're really expensive, too. And we're missing a lot of stuff here. Alston tried to get the turnover. Council now attacks. Council right by Davies as he scores. So Monroe's opened it up a little bit. 6-point lead. Biggest was 7 in the first half for Monroe. Shackelford. Spinning. Shooting and scoring. That's Josiah Shackelford. He's not just a dunk machine, folks. I always like to have fun with his dunks and everything, but he's a all-around player, 67% from the field a season ago. Burwell almost poked it away. Armstrong stays with it, and now we got a foul on Burwell, who was desperate for a steal there. Do we have any folks in Sweden watching? It would be nighttime there. Sundsvall? Lance Anthony will come in for Philip Burwell. Shot clock at 20 now. Here about 4 minutes into the second half. Council will inbound it. Kelton hands it back to him. Council right around the defense. Finger rolls it in. 49-43, 6-point lead for the Mustangs. Anthony hands it off to Petrie. DeAndre behind the back. DeAndre cut off, had it batted away, got it back. Cross court to Anthony. Hancock back in, gets it back to Lance. High pass for Shackelford, had trouble with it. Now Joe with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds. So Braylon Joe, Houston, Texas product, the sophomore. Had trouble with it, but couldn't quite recover in time. The officials are talking, the shot clock at 8. And they do change the shot clock to 20 on the... Well, if it's a possession change, the shot clock should reset completely. Interesting. Shackelford around Muhammad. Then Muhammad recovers and fouls him. Josiah will go to the line. Last year, Shackelford at the line, 50-50. A double-double threat at 14.9 points per ball game, 8.7 rebounds. Shackelford and Alston, if you're just joining us, we mentioned both have already committed to D1 schools. So before the first game of the year, Walter Shaw has 2 more going D1. And Shackelford gets 1 out of 2. So the Monroe lead is 5, 49-44. Council walks it into the forecourt. Extra pass by Kelton to Armstrong. Long on the 3. Offensive rebound by Muhammad, who got it on the reverse. This matches the biggest lead for Monroe, and now a turnover on a bad pass. And Alston couldn't handle. We'll give the ball back to the Mustangs. These two teams, if you're just joining us, I mentioned it briefly in the first half, will rematch back at Brunswick. Monroe's coming down for the Christmas Classic this year. That'll be fun. Council for three, no. Alston the rebound. Dolphins got to get it going on the offensive end. Alston swings it out. Here's Petrie with an NBA three. Long on it. Tip for the rebound. It's going off Monroe, and it'll stay on this side of the court. So these two teams will play in the second game on Friday, December 17th. And Mustangs fans will stream all of those games here on the Dolphins YouTube channel. Shackelford off the deflection got it to go. Going quickly now, the Mustangs. Alley-oop, beautifully done to Council. My goodness. And the pass by Joe. Both teams high flying. Monroe matching its biggest lead again. Alston for three. Grazes the rim, that's it. Onstrand on the board. Council try it from three. No. Shackelford the rebound. Alston attacking. And fouled on the floor. Onstrand called for the foul. Second on Monroe. 4 on Brunswick already. We're going to see Cameron Frohnbarger for the first time. The redshirt freshman averaged over 2 points per ball game last year. In the corner, it's Alston, cut off on the baseline. Cameron on the wing. Anthony for three off the back rim. Shackelford the rebound and put back. Lance Anthony and Josiah Shackelford were teammates at Word of God up in Raleigh, North Carolina, where John Wall played in high school. Teammates for the second straight year at Brunswick. That ball a throwaway. Petrie with the steal. Petrie's fouled by Onstrand to prevent the fast break. (53-48). We have a timeout. Monroe retakes the lead. Dolphins trying to come from behind once again. We'll take a quick timeout in a tight contest. (13:48) left to go here in the ball game. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you from my home studio. Brunswick and Monroe at the Richard Bland Classic up in Virginia, or down in Virginia, depending on who you're rooting for. Lance Anthony on the court with Alston, Shackelford, Frohnbarger, and Petrie as Alston gets it to rim end. 3-point ball game. Monroe's led by as many as 7, couple of times here in the second half, once in the first half. Dolphins led briefly at the half, 39-38 for their lone lead. Council spins, bounce pass, and the reverse by Muhammad. He's going to be fouled. And we got to see who it's on here. Looks like it's going to go on Frohnbarger. It's number 6, the team foul. So that's good news if you're a Mustangs fan, because Monroe will be in the bonus over the final 12 minutes of this one. So Muhammad at the line. It's the first one to go. Hamdel from the Bronx. Kyron Hill also from the Bronx. Couple of players from New York City for Jeff Brustad, where I hear they know a thing or two about basketball. Isn't it great to see Madison Square Garden hopping again? Oh, man. I don't care about the Knicks at all, but it's just good for basketball to have the Knickerbockers playing well. And I'm a big fan of Julius Randle. Another foul call, this time on the Mustangs. Inside 12 to go here in the game, we think. So Frohnbarger will inbound it with 22 on the shot clock. Frohnbarger and Petrie with Alston, Anthony, and Shackelford. That's the 5 right now for Brunswick. For Monroe, it's Council and Joe with Onstrand, Kelton, and Muhammad. Anthony, extra pass to his former high school teammate. Shackelford too strong. Frohnbarger put back, yes! Great to see that from Cameron Frohnbarger. Out hustling the Mustangs. He's a good player and going to get a little more opportunity this year as well. Kelton brings it across the timeline into the forecourt. Swings it left wing to Onstrand. Joe looking underneath. Falling down was Muhammad. Yeah, it was a late whistle, but you got to call travel there. Ball will go back to Brunswick. Trying to erase a 7-point lead. Trapping pressure. Frohnbarger, threw it off the side of the rim. He had Shackelford all alone. Instead, it's Council on the run. Council goes glass. In and out. Rebound controlled by Deontay Petrie. Petrie into the front court on the near side. Anthony open for 3. The Rainbow can't get it to go. Shackelford offensive rebound, and nobody wanted to mess with that. Tie ball game, 54 all, inside 10 to go. Onstrand trying to answer quickly, and Shackelford fouled him. Got to get back on defense. You see what the Mustangs have done off every make. They're trying to push the tempo. The Dolphins can't lollygag and sleepwalk back. They got to sprint back and get ready to go. So now Onstrand, alert play by him. He gets 2 free throws as a result. So 1 out of 2, but Monroe does take the lead back. (55-54). Petrie being hounded by Joe, looking for some help. Anthony catches it near midcourt. Meanwhile, shot clock is down to 9. Anthony to Shackelford. Shackelford, defender, fell down, got the bucket to go, and Brunswick matches its biggest lead at 1, 56-55. Council gets a screen. Shackelford on him on the switch. And away from the ball, I believe they're going to call Lance Anthony for a foul. He is not pleased. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Muhammad down low. So 17 fouls on the Fish. Talked about Jeff Brustad and Walter Shaw. These two teams met in the Atlantic District playoffs back in 2005. Both of these coaches were on the sideline then. Brustad in his 20th season. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. And the offensive rebound by Onstrand. Again, the Dolphins sleepy at moments. Kelton, first effort, no. Got it on the second, and Monroe retakes the lead at 57-54. to 56. Petrie into the forecourt. Anthony looking for the extra pass. It's deflected out of bounds. Brewstad, we told you about his coaching Coach of the Year awards. 12-time Region 15 champions. 12 times in 20 years. 8 times they won the district. Frohnbarger for 3 notes. Shackelford stripped but fouled. Monroe, under Jeff Brewstad, has also produced 13 All-Americans. A resume very similar to Walter Shaw's. Walter Shaw's biggest point on his resume is all of the kids that have gotten into Division I schools and or four-year schools in general. Shackelford gets the first one. Two players on the court right now for Brunswick will be going D1, Shackelford and Alston. Shaman going to SE State down in Orangeburg. Shackelford going to Florida Gulf Coast. Here's counsel from Joe. And defense for Brunswick. Counsel, a lot of dribbling. Shot clock at 9. Underneath Muhammad, spinning, can't get it. Tried for the offensive rebound. It's deflected around, and Petrie comes up with it. Petrie throws it for Anthony, who tiptoes the line. Petrie on the near side. Guarded by Onstron closely. Petrie, the hop step, and he's fouled on the floor. They're going to get Onstron with the blocking foul. By the way, I looked it up. It's only around 8:30 in Sundsvall right now. So I know there's some folks from Sweden who are checking today's game out, hopefully. David Gordon comes into the game for Muhammad. I believe Onstron comes out. Keith Warren Jr. returns. One of a few Rochester products. Inbound goes to Alston with the shot clock at 8. Cross court, Anthony to Petrie for 3. Grazes the rim, that's all. Tipped for the rebound, and nice job by Counsel, who tipped it right to Gordon. Here comes Monroe into the forecourt. It's Gordon for 3, the big guy. Alston the board. Petrie alley-oop. Actually just threw it underneath for Josiah Shackelford, dunk number 4. No, that might be dunk number 5. Either way, he's in double figures scoring. Counsel into the forecourt. Brunswick, its biggest lead now at 3. Counsel attacks, goes right by Petrie and scores. Timeout by Monroe. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. Past the midway point, I believe, in this first half. We got a 1-point ball game. Buckle up, folks. Going to be a good one. Take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. I'll be with you guys at home on Wednesday, St. Andrews JV, and then The Cape Fear Classic next weekend. I'll have remote coverage of that one. Another home game on the 21st, and that'll do it for December. So Monroe calls timeout. It's Brunswick basketball. Some pressure being shown as the inbound goes to Shimon Alston, who walks it up into the forecourt. Alston got fouled. He was pulled down. It'll be the 6th team foul on the Mustangs. Correction, it's their 7th team foul, so Alston at the line. So Shimon, who started his collegiate career at Wingate, played JUCO ball last year in Odessa, Texas. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So chance to retake the lead now for Monroe. Council on the right wing. Council's been attacking. Cut off that time. Gets it out. Gordon for 3. No. Petrie the rebound. Shackelford looking to post up. Went off his foot. Off the deflection. Petrie gets it out. Alston for 3. No. Tip for the rebound. Frombarger has it after it was batted back out. So Petrie will set up the offense as you see Walter Shaw bark out a play. Attacking Petrie, goes glass, no, but he's fouled. Shot clock was winding down. Deontay Petrie will go to the line. Petrie draws the 8th team foul on Monroe. Averaged 9.9 points per ball game last year, 65% free throw shooter. Just a shade under 4 rebounds per game, over 3 assists per game for Deontay, who missed the first one. Keon Gill checks into the game. It's Gill and Warren with Council, Kelton, and Gordon. That's the 5 for Monroe. So Brunswick leads by 2, 61-59. And a whistle and a foul on the inbound on Alston, so more free throws. 18 fouls on Brunswick. Both teams are in the 1-and-1 down the stretch here. And apologies, folks. Richard Bland is sending us the video, and we thank them for it, but we don't have a view at all of how much time is left in the game. And in a close game, that's kind of good to know, but we're not going to know it. Front end of 1-and-1 is no good by Warren. Occasionally, I get a glimpse, but just like the bottom of it. It looks like that said 6 minutes, and again, I'm just guessing. Now a travel on the Dolphins. So both teams have gotten a little sloppy here. It's been a relatively pretty good game considering it's the first of the year for Brunswick, and Monroe, it's their second. And remember, they didn't play a year ago. It's a brand new roster. So some growing pains. The reverse by Gill, no good. Rebound by Alston. Alston splits the defense, gets it to Anthony. Cross court, Frombarger for 3 off the mark. Anthony got the rebound, throws it up off the glass too strong. Shackelford blocked. It was actually a tie-up, I think, between Shackelford and Gordon, so the jump ball will be called, and it'll go to Monroe. Mustangs can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Into the forecourt, Warren. Guarded by Anthony. This is Gill. Back to Warren. Warren splits the defense and scores. We got a tie ball game, 61 apiece. Monroe and Brunswick doing work here at the Richard Bland Classic. Whistle in the backcourt. The camera was moving, so we didn't see exactly what it was. Some subs coming in for Brunswick. Skylar Davies returns. Philip Burwell also checking back in. Good player from Millbrook High School in Raleigh. So tied up at 61. Fourth tie of the ball game. Petrie, Alston, zone right now for the Mustangs. Petrie back to Burwell. Swings it into the corner for Alston, who hits the three. 64-61 Brunswick. Shaman Alston from downtown. Council with the basketball for Monroe. Leading scorer yesterday. Warren. Here's Kelton. Shot clock at 9 for Warren. Here's Gordon for 3 and a traveling called. It was a missed shot anyways, but a turnover gives the ball back to Brunswick, leading by 3. This would be a nice win to start the year for Brunswick against a very tough, always a contender to go to Hutch, Monroe College team. Shackelford right of the lane, drives in, banks it off the glass. 5-point game. 66-61. Warren between the circles. Right side, it's Gill. Gill guarded by Burwell. Both teams in the bonus, by the way. Gordon looking for a screen and roll between him and Warren. Got it, and the foul is called. That will send David Gordon to the free throw line. Gordon, another international player from Jamaica. Excuse me. Did I say Jamaica? The lovely island of Jamaica. Gordon, a freshman from Montego Bay, Jamaica. First free throw up and good. $66-63. Now Muhammad going to come back in for Gordon after the free throws. Brunswick has Skylar Davies, Josiah Shackelford, Shaman Alston. Philip Burwell. And one other player who we can't see. It's Petrie, I believe. Yeah, it's Deontay Petrie. So that's the 5 right now for Brunswick. Alston had it poked away. Good defense by the Mustangs. And it's tipped ahead by Gil to Warren, who laid it up for 2. 1-point game. 66-65. Burwell goes behind the back, hounding defense. Burwell, the runner from the baseline. Ball punched out. Davies has it. Petrie. Pull up. In and out. Oh, it went all the way around the rim. Shackelford dives for it, has it ripped away. Now Davies is tied up. Jump ball will keep it with Brunswick. Clinging to a 1-point lead. No team has led by more than 7 in this one. It's been real back and forth, especially in the second half. Monroe led pretty much wire to wire in the first half. Skylar Davies hit a 3 late in the first half to put Brunswick up by 1 at the half. Davies will try it again. Not that time. Rebound controlled by Muhammad. Council into the forecourt as we get near the home stretch. Council looking to attack. Couple of fakes. Throws it underneath Muhammad, falling down, and he got tripped up. Hamdel Muhammad will go back to the line. Chance to give the Mustangs the lead back. Shackelford picked up his second. No good. He can still tie us, though. It would be the fifth tie, I believe. Missed them both. Rebound controlled by Petrie. Here comes Brunswick. Trapping pressure by the Mustangs. Petrie and Burwell playing hot potato as they bring it into the forecourt. The cutter is Alston. Extra pass, Shackelford! And he's fouled from behind. Wanted to throw it down for the sixth time here today. Instead, Shackelford going back to the line. He's 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Shackelford gets another one. So 1 out of 2. It's a 2-point ball game. Council flies into the forecourt for the Mustangs. Open look in the corner. The three is no good. It hung on the rim for Gill. Offensive rebound by Muhammad, though, and we got a tie ball game, 67 apiece. Petrie and Burwell again, back and forth, navigating the trapping pressure. Looked like I saw 3:12 on the clock. Alston pull up, yes! Boy, his mid-range game is real good. Shaman Alston puts Brunswick up, and the Dolphins call for time. We'll be back. (69-67), a tight one at the Statesman's Classic in Virginia between last year's Region 10 and Atlantic District champion Brunswick and the previous winner of the Atlantic District, Monroe College. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Again, not quite 100% on how much time's left, but I believe we're at about the 3-minute mark, around there. Council top of the key to Muhammad. It's swung by Warren to Gill. Pass is deflected back out. Gill got it. Here's Kelton, pull up. Yes! From left of the lane, another tie. It's the sixth tie, I believe, here tonight. Burwell. The correction, Alston around the rim. No. Tipped rebound comes to Muhammad. Warren, now Council. All eyes on Council, who attacks, hangs, can't get it to go. Nice box out in defense there. Skylar Davies. 69 apiece. Davies had to save that to Alston. Burwell over to Petrie. Back to Burwell against the zone. Looks a little bit like a 1-3-1. Petrie out to Burwell for three. Yes! Big bucket. Philip Burwell. 3-point ball game. 72-69. Warren into the forecourt. Council on the wing. Top of the key. 3 by Gill, and away from the ball we got a foul. So the foul was not on the shot, but it will be free throws for Muhammad. And I believe it's still a 1-and-1 situation. Let's go back and take a look at the three that pulled Brunswick ahead. Again, the zone kind of collapsed, and that left Burwell all alone. Joe getting set to check back into the game. So it's a 2-shot foul, double bonus, I believe, for Monroe. Muhammad missed earlier, but connects on his first here. Folks, if anybody has somebody who's at the game today, I got a link to my website on the description of the YouTube video that this game's playing on. And you click on my website, and then there's a click to text. I'd really like to know, it's such a close game, we really kind of want to know how much time's left. And if there's somebody in the gym who can just text me and let me know, that'd be awesome. This is one of the downsides of the automatic camera. So we don't have somebody physically on the camera who we can relay, hey, show us the scoreboard so we know how much time. And B, also calling a game remotely. It's not perfect technology, but at least we get to watch a real barn burner here today as Muhammad, ice cold in his veins as he hits both of them to make it a 1-point game again, 72-71. It looks like we're inside 2 minutes. Man, these possessions are critical right now. Burwell. Around the world. Had it poked from behind by Joe. Able to recover. Shot clock at 8. Petrie cut off in the lane. Back out Burwell from the left side. Yes, again! Philip Burwell hits 2 3-pointers, and it's a 4-point lead. Here comes Monroe looking to go quickly. It's Joe, and he's tied up but fouled. So more free throws to come. Braylon Joe this time, the sophomore. Imagine getting a text at the gym. Yeah, the guy calling the game wants to know how much time's left. You'd think your buddies or somebody's playing a trick on you, right? I'm just putting it out there if the option is available. So first free throw, no good. 1 out of 2. It's a 1-possession game again at 75-72. Petrie will inbound it. Pressure is on. Petrie had it poked away. Kept his dribble as he fell down. Now he's going to get tied up, and the possession arrow favors Monroe. So a little sloppy off the press there. Armstrong is going to come back in for Gill now for Monroe. Joe? All right, we just got the announcement. We are inside a minute. Bounce pass by Armstrong. Council. Shot clock still at 10. Armstrong catch and shoot. That shot might have been blocked. It came up well short, and I think Alston got a piece. Dolphins can make it not a lock, but they can close the door more with a bucket here. Burwell's been great down the stretch. Underneath Shackelford, he got double-teamed. Great defense by Monroe. Out on the run, it's Council. 1-point game. Timeout by Monroe. We will step aside. We're inside a minute to go, and it's a 1-point ball game. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. What a game this has been. First one of the year, and if they're all going to be like this, I might have to give Brunswick some money back for keeping me this entertained. 75-74. Now, like I've been saying, we don't know exactly how much time's left, but the shot clock is off, so we know it's inside 30 seconds. Now, if you're Monroe here, the press has worked occasionally, so they've got some time, it looks like, on the clock to go for a steal here, but you're going to have to foul at some point. Inbound goes to Alston. Again, we can't see that corner. The camera's not moving because everybody's so spread out on the court. That's the downside of these automatic cameras, but it was deflected by Monroe, they say. And who's going to inbound or where it's going to be inbounded from, we have no idea. All right, it's into Alston. Alston looking for Burwell. Pass high, but Phillips got it. And Phillips going to be fouled. Both teams in the double bonus, by the way. That's team foul number 10 on the Mustangs. So no matter what happens with these free throws, it'll be an opportunity for a tying shot or a winning shot. Philip Burwell goes to the line. He has been outstanding down the stretch, hitting 2 key three-pointers to help the Dolphins out to the lead, and ice in his veins as he hits the first free throw. And it looks like Monroe will call for time. Try to ice Philip Burwell. He's already got the ice in his veins, though. We'll have the final free throw, and then Monroe will have an opportunity, it looks like, with 12 seconds left, depending on what happens, to either tie or win the game with a 3. We'll be back. So a quick timeout. Again, double bonus for both teams. Possession arrow does favor Monroe. The Mustangs hoping for a Burwell miss here to keep it at a 2-point game. Then you can go for the win with a 3 or tie with a 2. Meanwhile, Dolphins, if they get a free throw here, all they have to do is play defense and not foul. And that's been a little bit of a difficulty today for Brunswick. A lot of fouls in this one, but Burwell, no trouble. 76-74 with about 12 seconds left. So now Mustangs got to look for the 3 here. And who are they going to go to? They're going to call timeout here with a few seconds remaining. So Monroe will set up a play. Jeff Brustad in his 20th, Walter Shaw in his 22nd season. These 2 veteran coaches have put a couple of teams out there today that have put on an absolute show. Let's see if the Dolphins can get a stop here after this timeout. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. About 7 seconds left in the game for Monroe to try to take a tying 3-point shot. You see Jeff Brustad and the Mustangs drawing up a play. Brunswick Dolphins need a stop here, and they will win this opening game of the season. I can't wait for the rematch. These 2 teams are going to play again at the Brunswick Classic, the second game on that Friday on the first day at the Christmas Holiday Classic. Man, that's going to be fun. This has been great. Warren will inbound it. This is Kelton, back to Warren. Warren's got to go. Gets it to Armstrong. Good defense by Brunswick. They got to get a shot up here. Warren, the 3 around the rim. No, tipped rebound. It comes to Davies, and he's fouled. Well, actually, they're going to let the clock run out. Are they going to let the foul be called? The buzzer went off. The officials are going to talk about it. There might be maybe a second on the clock. Either way, Skylar Davies is going to go to the free throw line, and if he hits even 1, the game's over. But I believe there's going to be a little bit of time on the clock. So the game is not over. Joe picks up the foul. Who was fouled? I thought Davies was fouled. Petrie's at the line, though. So Petrie must have been fouled before Davies. Deontay Petrie last year, 65% free throw shooter, double bonus for both teams. But if you're a Dolphins fan, and we're all on the edge of our seats right now, but Petrie just needs 1. There's only a few ticks left on the clock, maybe a full second, but that's it. Oh, Petrie misses. And now Monroe's going to call for time here. So, again, this is where I hope at some point the men's game catches up with the women's game and we can advance the ball to half court. I don't know. I had this conversation with myself during another broadcast I did last week. And there's pros and cons to it. You know, you think about all those March Madness moments where the kid goes the length of the court, or that Christian Laettner, the pass to him, and then he turns around. You don't have any of those if you can advance the ball. So that's the downside. But the positive is you can advance the ball. There's going to be a lot more close games that are going to be, I guess, more competitive because you're going to have that opportunity. So Petrie, again, still 1 free throw, and he can ice it if he hits this one. If he hits it, Brunswick just get out of the way. If you're Monroe, even if he misses, you got to hope for a miracle here. Not much time on the clock. Well, Petrie hits it. Now Brunswick will just back off, and Monroe will inbound, hoist it. And Brunswick gets a hard-fought victory as 2 veteran coaches collide here at the Richard Bland Classic. It's Brunswick coming away with it, thanks to Philip Burwell down the stretch, who hit a couple big key 3-pointers and then a couple free throws late as well. What a game this was. Can't wait for the rematch in December at Brunswick for the Christmas Classic. Our next game will be with you on Wednesday, Come on down for the court dedication. It's the home opener for your Region 10 champion Dolphins. If you can't be there with me, I'll have it for you 6 p.m. on Wednesday right here on YouTube. What a game, folks. Once again, your final score, the Dolphins 1-0, winning today by a score of 78-74 against the Monroe College Mustangs, as they fall to 1-1. That's going to do it for us here at Richard Bland College. Thanks for watching, everybody. Dolphins a winner here in the season